This is 7 National News. In our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has received former US President and Chairman of the Carter Center, Mr. Jimmy Carter. The ruler of Dubai and Mr. Carter exchanged talks about a number of global humanitarian issues, most particularly issues threatening children and elder people in countries experiencing political tensions and natural disasters. During the meeting, Sheikh Mohammed was briefed on the content and objectives of cooperation and coordination between the Noor Dubai Foundation and the Carter Center on the treatment over the next 3 years of around 18 million patients in Ethiopia who suffer from trachoma disease. His Highness lauded the cooperation between the Noor Dubai Foundation and the Carter Center on the treatment of eye diseases, not only in Ethiopia but also in various other areas with underprivileged populations. And the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has highlighted the importance of training and rehabilitation of young Emiratis and to equip them with all necessary tools to unleash their potential. His Highness made his remarks during the graduation ceremony of 120 graduates from the UAE Assessors Program and Excellence Experts Diploma held at the Presidential Palace in Abu Dhabi. The ceremony was also attended by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs, Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Sheikh Mohammed added that we are proud for the development taking place in the UAE's public sector with Emirati hands, and we are doing our best to enable and prepare Emirati youth to satisfy the requirements of the next phase, which demands extraordinary efforts to bring our 2021 nation vision to reality. Medical experts and industry insiders are gearing up for the 37th edition of the annual Arab Health Exhibition and Congress, which will be taking place next week at the Dubai International Convention and Exhibition Centre. The Middle East healthcare industry is worth an estimated $80 million per year. The UAE's healthcare spending per capita remains high, driven by outpatient services, higher awareness levels, and overconsumption of healthcare services by insured patients. The world's second largest medical exhibition and the world's largest multi-track medical congress is set to provide manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors and healthcare professionals from across the world the opportunity to meet the Middle Eastern medical community. Organisers say that this year's edition of Arab Health will welcome 3,900 exhibitors from 60 countries, with more than 500 internationally acclaimed speakers and more than 85,000 healthcare professionals. This year will also see the introduction of 2 new conferences focusing on public health and mock civil trial, UAE's medical legal system. According to reports, healthcare spend in the region is expected to reach $133.19 billion in 2018. Dave Panther, Director of Arab Health, says the event will see the launch of new innovations and healthcare technologies for the region.
I know that there's a lot of studies being done. Frost and Sullivan in particular had a new report out which was saying that expenditure is going to triple by 2018. I think they were saying back in 2011 it was an estimated $46 billion spent in the region, but by 2018 this is going to be upwards of $130 billion, so that's a huge increase. We're looking at the surge of medical tourism, and obviously the escalating disease burden is going to look at creating a need for an extra 90,000 beds by 2018 as well. I've been lucky to be here for the past 9 Arab Healths, and I've seen a huge growth in terms of the number of visitors who are coming, but also especially the number of exhibitors, but also the countries from which those exhibitors come from. We're looking at having 3,900 companies this year, and we're hopefully also looking to welcome over 85,000 visitors from close to 150 plus countries as well. So the focus really is, for the healthcare industry globally, the focus this next week is Arab Health. We have the support from the local UAE Ministry of Health, the Dubai Health Authority and Health Authority Abu Dhabi, and we also have all of the big names in healthcare, Siemens, Philips, Draeger, Mackay and GE, for example. But I know that GE Healthcare have got a revolutionary CT scanner, which is the first of its kind, and this is going to enable clinicians to visualize a human heart non-invasively, more clearly than ever before. So they're going to be showing that at the Arab Health for the first time. We've got a UK company called Zebra Technologies with a new laser band wristband technology. And this is helping hospitals deliver accurate patient information and identification to patients' bedside, so obviously to help with patient safety across the hospital as well.
And motorists who smoke in a car with a child inside will now be fined 500 dirhams as anti-tobacco federal laws came into effect today. The law also bans shops located near schools from selling tobacco. Commenting on the new measures, Dr. Widad Al-Maidour, the head of tobacco control at the Ministry of Health, was quoted in a local report as saying that the law intends to make it difficult for smokers to light up in closed public spaces across the UAE, including malls and restaurants, and will also ensure that tobacco products cannot be advertised on any kind of media, including radio and television networks. Dr. Widad further added that for the new laws to be effective, it will require the cooperation of authorities such as the police and municipalities, as well as the general public, to come forward and report infringements to the relative entities. In order to ensure that residents' complaints are heard, Dr. Widad hopes to establish a toll-free number where people can call in and report establishments that flout the rules. Doctors have also praised the new legislation, saying that it will protect people from passive smoking. To make the health risks of smoking more evident, a proposal has also been put forward by the GCC Ministry of Health Council to make the warning images on cigarette packs more graphic. Finally, in the bulletin, after much success in 2013, local accessories designers wishing to show in the garden at Fashion Forward Season 3 can now officially do so, as registration has now opened. The region's definitive fashion event will be held from the 10th till the 13th of April, and following the introduction of the garden in Season 2, Fashion Forward will once again be providing a space for regional accessories designers to showcase their collections to guests and buyers. The garden is an evolution of Fashion Forward Season 1's pop-up store, and at last October's event, Fashion Forward provided space for over 50 regional accessories designers who showcased an eclectic mix of jewellery, handbags, shoes, t-shirts and homewares. The garden was open throughout the 4-day event and attracted a huge amount of interest from the 15,000 guests who attended Fashion Forward Season 2, and sales exceeded $200,000. Over half of the accessories designers who showed in October have already signed up to return for Season 3. Accessory designers wishing to apply for the garden can do so through the Fashion Forward website.